Alright, good morning, gang. This is episode 27 of Nack's Daily Grind, Season 2. Playing Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth with the New Game Plus. But wait. I forgot to leave the door unlocked. I brought backup. There's too much shit on this couch.
Yeah, it happens. Hi, everyone.
They brought Dave! And Kit. So yeah, this is episode 27 with the New Game Plus. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what I was doing yesterday. Also, I was told by a Three Stooges aficionado that... Oh no, I have it right. Mo, Larry, and Curly. That's how the order was in the credits for the show. Okay, I'm already recovered. What are my islands looking like? Already did that. Yes. Okay, and what is team stats? Okay. Cat's making a break for my coffee. So, as you may or may not know, we did not do the show last night. I did a little thing of No Man's Sky just to let everybody know that we would still be doing our normal show just on a different night. Which will hopefully be tonight.
So, the story is... The adapter for Connect for my new Xbox is sitting in a warehouse an hour south of here. It got dropped off there at 1 and they couldn't be bothered to bring it to my house and drop it off. So I didn't want to delay Tomb Raider for yet another week. So if it's not dropped off today, I will be very angry at FedEx because, like I said, it's like an hour south on the highway. Like,
not even. You could make it to York in like 30-40 minutes.
It depends on where exactly the warehouse is.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, like I was like, I could have like driven there and back here like when I got off of work and been back in like plenty of time to do it, but unfortunately that's not an option.
Oh, it drives me nuts sometimes, like because we've got that facility right down here on the other end of our street, the distribution facility, and I will sometimes see a package tracked with FedEx.
David. Cool, by the way, I logged on to Twitch as you were signing off.
Oh no! Somebody was watching last night just as I was signing off. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't really do it too long, because I wanted to try and get to bed at a decent hour. I've been working some crazy hours lately, but I just wanted to make sure, since we had originally planned to do it, that I let everybody know that it's still happening, just not last night.
It's Dan.
It was Dan.
Now, the worst part is that when I was following it on the tracking, the night before, it was in this township. Like, the truck must have been stopped at, like, a truck stop around here for the night. Like, it checked in at, like, 8 p.m. here in Swatera, and...
So it might have been at that distribution thing.
Yeah, so, like, it was here, and I was like, okay, it's here, like, it'll definitely be delivered tomorrow. And then I get home from work and check the tracking, and it's like, oh, it's down in York. And I'm just like, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, I there's been times where, like, it'll get to that distribution center and I can see that it's right down the street from me, and it still won't get here until the next day. And I'm like, seriously? Like, I'll walk down and get it from you.
Yeah. I mean, I know, you know, they don't want to send out, like, a whole box truck at, like, late in the afternoon. They won't be able to get through a whole route. But if it's something that's close, like, I
Yeah.
feel like you should be able to send something out and get it there, because, you know, even when it's not priority shipping, like, people are following these packages and they know where they are,
Yeah.
and it just makes them frustrated.
I remember this case was really lame. You and your friends have to go around to a bunch of different restaurants and, like, be, what are they called? Secret shopper. But they gotta throw in a couple light ones to distract from an otherwise
So,
dark
is
story.
she, like, a police officer or, like, a
She's
private detective?
she's a private eye.
I bet most private eyes would be super pumped if they had that many jobs available to them.
Yeah, true. Well, a lot of it is because my Digimon are looking up cases for me.
It's a very good use of
It's
your digital slaves.
I know, right? It's kind of sad though. Once I get out of this conversation, I'll show you. The only things that they find are lost property cases. It's like apparently Digimon are really absent-minded because it's always like the cases that they bring me are some Digimon lost something in Eden and I have to go into the map and find it.
It's a present to me from all you hungry kids.
The thirst is real. Oh, come on.
Of course, with the way Japanese character design goes, you can always just assume that whatever they're saying might be completely innocent on the screen, but because of the way the character designs are,
Yeah,
you always
you
kind
take
of
it the wrong
assume
way.
that they're talking inappropriately.
Okay, now, before we go any further, the entire bottom row of cases that I haven't done is missing property. Because the ones with the green thumbtacks are ones that my Digimon had found for me. If I remember correctly, the red ones are storyline ones, and then the yellow and blue ones, I forget what they... like what the difference between yellow and blue is, but they're non-storyline. Kit. Kit. Oh, so what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, so if anyone's curious, the game plan for tonight, we're in the very last section of Tomb Raider, which was obviously a great place to leave it right before, yeah, we weren't gonna... I didn't realize it was gonna take so long to get all
the
this.
piece.
So in the very last portion of Tomb Raider, how long that's gonna take is gonna be entirely dependent on how good I am. So, it could take a while. If I get done with it in enough time, I'm hoping to... I've played through the first episode of Telltale's new Batman game, so I want to play through that because that was fun, and that series looks like it's going to be good. And then probably won't get to it tonight, but then Rise of the Tomb Raider is next up on the list. Hop right into the sequel. You were saying?
So I was telling this story last night on the little No Man's Sky thing that I did, but there was an article I read about this like crazy ass crime that happened at the Colonial Park Mall. So I guess this guy went into Victoria's Secret, and he asked if they sold any of those like Japanese style robes, and the lady was like no. And then when she turned towards him, as he walked past her, he like grabbed her boob. Then he went up to the register and the girl had her back to him, and he like got her attention, and when she turned around, he grabbed both of her boobs. Then these like 3 guys get into a scuffle with him because they saw it happen, and the mall security showed up and he fled. I'm not really sure why there were 3 other guys in the Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
But, you know, probably some dedicated boyfriends, or maybe they were also creepers and they're like, hey, don't ruin it for the rest of us.
They're like, hey, we're more subtle creepers than you are.
Yeah, we just use our eyes. So then he fled, managed to get to his car before mall security could catch him, and got away. Well, of course they reported it, so the cops recognized his car going down this dead-end street, and the cop tried to pull him over. When he got to the end of the street and realized there was nowhere for him to go, he started backing up into the cop car, like ramming it to push it out of the way.
Always a good plan.
And he managed to do it. He pushed the car far enough back that he was able to make a turn and get out of there. But by that point, 3 or 4 more squad cars had shown up to give backup. Well, when he sees them, he tries to turn around and like head-on crashes into the cop car that he was just ramming into. Then proceeds to get out and try and escape on foot, and got tackled by like 3 or 4 cops. And I'm just like, I have to believe that there were drugs involved.
Yeah.
Like, nobody is just that ridiculous and not locked up already. You don't just one day decide to, like, go mess with the staff at Victoria's Secret. It's like, I kind of feel like some sexual harassment charges today. I think that's what I'm going to do. Nobody does that.
It was probably from someone who lives in those super shady apartments right across the road.
Oh, yeah.
Because who else goes to the Colonial Park Mall?
That's true. That's true. It has kind of turned into a dump. Hold on a second. I thought there was... Am I on the wrong floor? I'm on the wrong floor.
Wanted one last squeeze before he got pinched.
Somebody said he wanted one last squeeze before he got pinched. Actually, it's probably Dan. I think Dan's the only one on right now. I didn't see how many viewers we have.
Well, Dan knows all about that.
Oh, the other day, Dan told me a dirty joke on the show, and I thought it was the other guy. And I was like, dude, don't use that as a pickup line. And he's like, I don't need to use it as a pickup line. I'm getting married. You're in the wedding. I was like, oh, shit. I didn't know it was Dan.
Oh, yeah. Funny thing about that, I don't know if I told you,
Ouch,
Dan,
Coulson.
but the other wedding I'm in next year is the next week.
Oh,
Actually,
so you're just going to be like day tripping.
I forget which one's the first, but like I have one Saturday, and then I have the next one the next Saturday.
Is the other one like nearby, or are you traveling for that too?
It's probably somewhere nearby.
Mm. So I wanted to save that tidbit just so you could read it.
Oh God.
See? It's just like you were saying. No matter what they're talking about, it just sounds bad because of how they look. You seem tense.
It's a sushi restaurant where the food doesn't come around on a conveyor belt. Never seen that before. What?
Yeah, in Japan, a lot of the like sushi bars actually have like a moving countertop, and you can just like pick what you want as it comes by. There's this really funny scene in Johnny English where he gets his tie stuck in one, and he's like walking across the countertop because he can't get his tie out of the machine. Because he's eating sea urchin, and when the girl that he's with looks away, he tries to like casually spit it into one of the bowls that's coming by, and he goes like this, and the tie gets stuck in the conveyor belt.
Nice.
Ew.
Why are we having like a 3-minute long conversation about food?
Because they're doing the secret shopper thing. They're going around to these restaurants and eating different meals to write reviews about it.
Jeez, no wonder you don't get any girls. You're such a nerd. Wait to like take down your entire audience who's playing this game.
Yeah, anyways, and then on top of that, like, most women enjoy a man who knows a little bit about food and cooking.
Yeah. On the list of like desirable obsessions, I would think that's pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like half the reason my mom married my dad. Aside from the fact that my sister was a mistake, but...
I was thinking that joke, but I was like, I'm not sure if that'll offend him, so I'm just not gonna go there.
No, my sister...
I was gonna say your sister was the other half.
My sister literally went and, like, did the calculations one time and figured out that, like, she was conceived, like, before they were married.
Oh.
Well, like, I mean, they were probably engaged by that point, whatever, like... I don't think that's why they got married, but... What the fuck is...
They're talking about sushi. It's definitely sushi. I know the screen is black, but it's definitely sushi.
It's just like in, like Pokemon X, like the little bit I've played of it. When you're at,
Kathy
like,
makes so much
the
sense now.
palace, and you're watching the fireworks with the one girl. And she's, like, it sounds like she's coming on to you. And it was even worse because, like, my nickname was Big D.
I'll remember this always, Big D. Yeah, I bet you will. Wait, Dan, what did you say? I only caught part of it. Something makes sense now.
It's probably making fun of my sister.
I think so.
It's fine. I'm completely supportive of that.
Wow. I feel like there's one more, but I think it's downstairs.
I feel like if someone, like... If I saw someone just, like, walking around the mall in that dress she's wearing, I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, it almost looks like it's, like, two separate pieces of cloth that are just, like, tied together on the side. Like...
Yeah, kinda.
You could, like, if you were standing beside her, you could literally see, like, the whole way up her body.
Okay, what the crap? I thought it was this restaurant? No. Yeah, there we go.
And, like, you can see, like, what I'm sure
Oh,
is...
yeah, yeah, now I see.
What I'm sure is, like, a thong, considering everything else in this game.
No, that's
see
the
strap
garter
there.
belt. See, she's got stockings on.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the straps. Wow, I had not even noticed that down the side thing.
Because that is what people wear walking around in everyday life, is thigh-high boots and garter belts.
Yeah.
I don't think you would be very excited about good-sized portions when this is, like, the 7th restaurant you've been to
Yeah.
in, like, 30 minutes.
The other crazy thing is there's actually a second mission like this. I think you only
have
go
to
to
get
one
the
place.
teenage boys to play it somehow.
Dan makes a great point. what he's talking about, the whole sexualizing thing. You got to get the teenage boys to play it somehow. Oh, so dragons with swords isn't good enough for you?
I was actually just reading an article the other day that was talking about why Final Fantasy games now suck. But one of the points that they had, that they were talking about, was that, like, back in the older games, like, you could go through, like, obviously the characters were just like pixels, but you could go through, like, the manuals, and for, like, the artwork for the characters, like, the female characters weren't sexualized at all. They were just, like, girls wearing, like, normal clothes, whatever made sense for their character.
Yeah.
Now you have, like, you know, Lightning Returns, you know, has Lightning wearing, like, essentially like a stripper outfit to get special bonuses.
Yeah.
Like, as gaming has matured and most games have less of that kind of stuff now, Final Fantasy has, like, devolved. You know, all the female characters look like strippers.
I mean, it is a pretty common trapping of Japanese animation, though. You know, they always, like, over-accentuate breasts and over-sexualize women. But it's mostly because they don't put... You know, it doesn't really exist in their culture otherwise. You know, for the most part, as a people, they are, you know, a little more reserved.
Yeah.
Dress-wise and stuff. Obviously, you know, there are... Not everybody's like that. And a lot of what we see in the West is, like, a very small scope of Japanese culture. You know, all the weebs and shit. Okay, thank God that's over. At least I got a bank expansion out of it. Not that I really need that, I just feed all my extra Digimon to my good guys anyways.
That is
Really fucked up,
yeah.
I know.
It's even more fucked up than Pokemon Go. And
Yeah,
it's like,
turning them into candies.
Oh, I just caught this Pokemon that I don't want, so like it just hatched from this egg, but I don't want it, so I will send it back to the professor for a full life of just being experimented on for whatever he wants.
I don't remember how to use my bank expansion drive. Okay, so I gotta go into the bank. Options, no. Level, that's fine with that sorted. Okay. Maybe I go to my items? Oh, it's just a stagnant ability. It just does it because it's there. So then what is my bank capacity? Holy shit!
You're using 19 out of 300.
That's awesome. Well, that's because I only keep the cool guys. That's all of them. And actually, I know what I'm gonna do. A little bit of housekeeping. Oh no, that's not. There we go. Convert. That's what I want. I'm gonna do it as quickly as possible.
That's kind of like aside from the fact that, like, I didn't have a PlayStation when, like, the, like, original Digimon games came out, like, just from looking at them, they seemed like overwhelming. Like, the TV shows were kind of more straightforward, you know. There was, like, one evolution line of each of the characters.
Yeah.
For the most part. But in the games, it was like, you know, oh, there could be, like, 24 different types of Greymon, you know? And,
Well, because
you know, and depending on whether you clean up their shit well enough, they can take the
Yeah.
worst evolution line. I mean, like, this is a little overwhelming.
the original games were just like basically a fleshed out version of the actual like virtual pets. So they could evolve differently based on how you raise them and different factors like stats and stuff. You train their stats at like a little dojo. The second one was fun. The first one you only had one partner that followed you around. The second one you had a team of 3 and you drove around in this thing called a Digibeetle, and it was basically like a tank. And you could like buy parts for it and soup it up and stuff. I just realized I could even stream those older Digimon games because I have the capture card that uses RCA cables. So I could actually stream anything PlayStation or, oh my god, or N64. Mario Kart.
You know what we should do? They have that NES thing that they're putting out that has like 30 of like the best original Nintendo
Yeah, I
games
wanna get
loaded
one of those.
onto it.
It can't play any of the original cartridges, but it does have a bunch of stuff loaded on, and I bet you it'll probably have some kind of internet connection so that you can buy more. Yeah, and it's not that expensive either. I think it's like $60 for the console. And it comes with 2 controllers and all that stuff loaded on it. Okay, so the reason I converted all those things is because now I'm gonna go feed them to my boy Lucimon here. I'm just gonna hop over to the bank and go down here and feed him all the babies.
Oh god, that's awful. You're a monster.
Actually, he's a monster. I'm just facilitating. It's literally in his name. Not to mention, Lucimon. He kind of was set up for this by the start, or from the start. Okay, and gotta make sure I don't accidentally feed him one of my good guys. And 1 level up. Wow, nice.
I only sacrificed like 15 people.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Circle of life.
And yet you're their savior. The one who is feeding them to their fellow Digimon.
Yeah, it's a little fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
and then
God,
I
like-
laugh about
like,
it.
The angel is eating
Well, yeah,
eating other Digimon.
Lucimon. I just want to get him to his final mode because it's freaking awesome looking. He's like sitting on top of a planet.
It's not terrifying at all.
Hang on, I might, because I battled him in a boss battle, I might even...
That's not like as terrifying as the idea of like a 10-year-old kid controlling the god who created the world of Pokemon.
Yeah. Okay, so it won't let me show his info because I don't have
Sexy
him.
Twilight Sparkle time.
There he is. Yeah, it won't let me actually look at his image because I don't have him yet, but I'm working on it. Oh, that's the other thing. I need to get... I think I need to get Digitamon out of the bank. Or the farm. What's he looking like? Okay. I'm gonna leave him in a little bit.
My internet was down for a while.
Oh no, well, I mean, at least you got it back up though. His internet. Sorry. I just realized out of context it sounded pretty bad.
And
whatever happens, happens.
Fortunately, you are not here, so whatever you're doing while you're watching the stream, we just thank you for watching.
Oh man, that's bad. Speaking of thanking you for watching, I'm gonna get to Shinjuku before I forget where I'm going again. Oh man, I keep getting those. I've been hitting up the crank machines because... Okay, chill, damn.
Talking about getting it up. Your crank machines.
Yeah, no, there's an achievement for getting them all, so I've been trying my luck at them. I have more money than I really need in this game. Okay, so, gonna save here in... Okay, wrong button. I'm gonna save here in Shinjuku, so that I know what I'm doing tomorrow. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you will see us tonight.
Tonight, Tomb Raider will finish the game.
And if not, tomorrow night. Right? I think.
And if not, never again, because I will have committed some kind of crime and be in jail.
Yeah. Because at that point, FedEx has probably dropped the ball pretty bad.
Yeah.
Brony power.
So yeah. Be sure to check out Nack's Full Frontal Attack on all social media outlets. I did post a little blurb about the daily grind today on Instagram because I actually got up early enough to do something before the show. Be sure to check out our eBay store. There's lots of cool stuff, but it's going fast. So hop on that. God, why do I say things like that? Let's get out of here. Have an awesome day. Thanks for watching. I will see you, same place, same time, tomorrow.